Hey guys, Jason here from Strengthbox.ca. I am super excited today. I am here at Strengthbox in East York in Toronto with my really good friend Greg. Basically, it's a personal training studio. Now I know you guys are watching my videos on Saturday, my karate workouts, which is awesome. And I always talk a lot about how strength training and core training is really important to develop your karate. And that's why I'm here today, because if there's anybody that I know who's a pro when it comes to strength training and core workouts, it's my friend Greg. Greg, thanks for having us.
Thanks, Jay.
Tell me a little bit about Strengthbox.
Strengthbox started about 10 and a half years ago, actually, and we were running classes here. Right now it's just a personal training studio,
Cool.
So I'm doing mostly one-on-one training. I'm a big believer in strength training. I'm a big believer in mobility, strong core for sure, and natural movements, because it's how kind of humans evolve. So we should be able to crawl, we should be able to climb, we should be able to run, do all those things, but strength is always number one.
Awesome. Wow, it sounds familiar, right? Natural movements and core strength, which is really what karate is all about, and that's why I'm here. So today, I connected with Greg last week. I talked to him a little bit about what I wanted to do. And what I want to do is I wanted to come into the gym, I wanted to spend a little bit of time with Greg, and I wanted him to take me through some really good core exercise movements that you could do on your own at home. You don't need a big gym. We're just going to be working mostly with kettlebells today.
We're going to work kettlebells, body weight. Yeah, we'll do a variety of things, but nothing like crazy like barbells and stuff. We're going to keep it simple, so if you have stuff at home, you'll be able to do it.
Awesome. So we're going to get down, we're going to do some workouts. Greg's going to give me a little bit of instruction. Hopefully his instruction rings with you at home, and you guys can take the same concepts and apply them to your strength training. So without further ado, let's get started.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Here we are. We got some kettlebells on the ground. Greg, this will be our first exercise. Tell me a little bit about what you want to do here.
Sure, kettlebells I really like because most of the things in the gym you do are very two-dimensional. Like when you're lifting weights, it's like a vertical plane or a horizontal plane, but kettlebells you can use in kind of three-dimensional. You can use them ballistically.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'll give you a demonstration. One of the basic exercises that you can do with a kettlebell that I think is so versatile is a swing, kettlebell swing.
Okay.
I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'll explain it why I think it's so good, but let me give you a little idea of what it looks like. So that is basic Russian kettlebell swing.
Looks like you're really kind of driving with your hips and your
I am,
waist.
absolutely.
Yeah.
What I'm not doing, and what a lot of people mistake, is I'm not using my arms.
Okay.
I'm not using my arms at all. My arms are completely relaxed. It's the hips. So some of the movements that the body does, you know, we have squats, right? I call that a level change, where you're going from here down to here. This is not a squat. This is a hip hinge.
Yeah.
It's a hip hinge. So that would be like, in terms of weightlifting, like a deadlift.
Okay.
A deadlift is a hip hinge, right? So it works the same as a deadlift, which is all posterior chain. So you think your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, everything in the behind is what it concentrates on. But it's great, you know, if you don't have a barbell, you know, 300 pounds of weight, you can use a kettlebell, you can also use a dumbbell, and I'll show you how to do it. I've done these swings with a rock. Like, it's so versatile.
Awesome.
So basically, when you set up for the swing, you can start by holding it. I like taking the first one from the floor, just because that's where the kettlebell is. So what I do is I actually step back. I get about a shoulder width or maybe even a slightly wider stance, weights on the heels. I'm going to grab the kettlebell and I kind of slightly retract the shoulders and I bring it off the floor, right? So it's not here. I kind of angle it back and I lean back a little bit to put a little bit of tension. And you notice my back is flat. Like I'm not rounding.
Right.
I want to be here, okay? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hike the kettlebell back and I hike it up towards my groin, not down here. That is going to put stress on your back. So you hike it here, and then I'm just going to kind of explosively drive my hips forward. When I drive my hips forward, this should be locked out.
Okay.
Your hips are completely open. This is a closed hip. This is an open hip. My knees are locked. There's nowhere else for me to go. There's no need to take that kettlebell high because this is full range of motion. Remember, it's about hips, not arms.
Okay.
So again, I hike it back, open the hip. Open the hip, and I breathe.
Okay.
Why do I breathe like that? Because that helps me kind of snap open the hip.
Okay.
If you don't do that and you do it slow, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be like this, right? So I need to.
So you're really driving with the hip, breathing out.
Yeah.
Arms are relaxed.
Want to give it a try?
Yeah.
Grab that. Grab that's a 16 kilo bell.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pare down a bit. Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's see it. Good. Good. And you exhale sharply. Exhale. Good. Good. So much better. That is a swing. That's a swing.
I can really feel it on the back
Yes.
of my legs.
Yes. I'm glad you added that last one. Good. Awesome. Nice work.
Thanks, buddy. Let's do another one. Awesome. So kettlebell goblet squat. Crazy name. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, we did the kettlebell swing as a hip hinge. It's posterior chain, right? But there's another level change, which is the squat. Okay, so it's a little different from the hip hinge because it works a little more of your quads, a lot of your core too. It's called a goblet squat because typically when you're holding a weight, it could be a dumbbell or kettlebell, you hold it like a goblet.
Okay.
Like hold it, that's why the name. Okay. There's various ways of holding a kettlebell. Today we're going to do a format. This handle here, the two sides, just in terms of terminology, these are the horns. So when I say pick the bell up by the horns, bottoms up, I mean like this. Okay. Because bottoms up is upside down, and the horns are the two sides of the handle. Right. So you're going to pick it up bottoms up by the horns. We're going to take a squat stance. So feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little more. Feet are slightly splayed. We keep it up by the chest. We're going to squat all the way down, nice and low, parallel, and come back up. Okay. That's it. Goblet squat.
Awesome.
Pretty easy, right?
Yeah. Well,
depends on how heavy your bell is.
Yeah. Well, yours is heavier than mine.
Yes.
But we do a lot of body weight squats in karate.
Right.
So this kind of ties right in. This is, I think, a way to add a little bit more resistance.
Absolutely. You could even pause for 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Pop it up.
Yeah.
One more.
I really feel that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pop it up.
And I'm assuming your back needs to be nice and straight.
Always. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even when you're putting the kettlebell down, you don't get lazy. Flat back.
Awesome.
Okay. That's how a lot of injuries happen. Because people do the exercise, when the exercise is over, not good, right? Keep good form.
Kettlebell squats, another great exercise.
Cool.
Let's check out another one.
All right.
Okay, so I know we talked a little bit about lunges that we do in martial arts.
Yes.
I'm always doing, again, this is with no weights, right? So I'll be doing lunge movements, usually in the forward position,
You're
right?
doing the forward lunges.
And then you came up with a great idea. Well, there's an existing exercise with kettlebells, a reverse lunge. Tell me a little bit about it.
The reverse lunge, we're going to have one hand. So the bell is going to be in the rack position. So that means it's going to look like this. Just watch me. This is the rack position.
Okay.
So you can see it's flipped over on my wrist. The way you get it into position is you clean it, very much like the swing. So if I clean it, I set up just like I would for the swing, except I'm just going to use one hand. Mm-hmm. I angle the bell a bit so that my thumb is aiming backwards. The reason I do that, actually my cue, thumb to bum. And I literally mean thumb to bum, because you want to keep it up by your groin, not down here. Okay? The reason I do that, because if I go thumb forward, not that this is wrong if you're experienced, but you can bicep curl it. Oh. And it's hard to bicep curl a 24 kilo bell. It's heavy, right? So rather than bicep curl it, I want to use momentum and hook it.
I see.
So it looks like this. Thumb to bum. Hook it. So there's no bicep curl at all. Look how close the bell stays to my body when I do this.
Right, it's right, you're hugging it.
Yeah, it does not, if I bicep curl it, it would be out here. It also, if it comes away from my body, it hurts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas this, nothing.
Okay.
So for today, because it's a little technical, you're going to not just do a clean, you're going to do a cheat clean.
Cheat clean.
A cheat clean means you can assist with your other hand.
Okay.
It's going to look like this.
Oh, I see. You're resting it.
So it doesn't bash up my arm.
Right.
Okay? So let's do this together.
Okay.
So we're going to grab the bell. We're going to step back, squat width, stance.
Yep.
I'm going to angle this handle so that my thumb is facing towards the rear. Now, you know when you angle back, you hike it back, you want to hike here, not down here. And just like the swing, I'm going to open the hip, and I'm going to hook it, and you can use your other hand, and it will flip around.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
And let's go. Clean. Nice, nicely done.
Awesome.
Now that should feel fairly comfortable.
It does, yeah.
Actually, keep it up there. I'm going to drop mine. So Jason's got it in a really good position here. I know because I'm going to put some weight on this. He can handle my weight. The reason is because his whole body is supporting the weight of this bell. If you had your hand out here, bring your hand out, right? I can,
oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you want to keep this nice and tight, all right? So it's almost like your fist is right under your chin.
Okay.
So when you're in that position, because the weight is in your right arm, the right leg is the working leg.
Okay.
So we're going to step back with the left, just like that.
Awesome.
So it just should come close, and that is a reverse lunge. So you can do it on both sides, obviously. So we'll try the other side.
Okay, I'm gonna do it with you?
Yes, you are.
All right.
So step back a little bit, hike it towards your groin, clean it up. All right, this time we're stepping back with the right. Feel that?
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to get your balance.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
One more. Good.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
And when you're putting it down from this position, is there a particular method here, or am I just dropping it towards the
Flip
ground?
it. Deadlift.
Just a little flip
Yeah. That's all it is.
with the legs.
Exactly. One thing, and you can relate this to karate, I'm sure, when you lunge, you don't want to be in a tightrope. You don't want to have this foot directly behind. You won't have your balance. You want to have space between your feet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Perfect.
Totally. Awesome.
Okay.
Another great exercise, reverse lunge with the kettlebell.
Exactly.
Let's move on. Awesome. Okay, cool. I feel great. Lots of awesome exercises. What do you have next for us?
Well, let me see. We've done vertical pressing and pulling.
Right.
So now we're going to do some horizontal work. So we're going to do a horizontal press. First thing that comes to mind would be a push-up. Okay, so we're going to do a little advanced push-up. It's called a Russian push-up or a tricep push-up. It looks like this.
I've never heard of a Russian push-up, so I'm excited.
Don't do them too fast.
Okay.
It's a joke. Okay, so no one will get that. Okay, so I'm going to get into my push-up position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come down into like a low crocodile position, but I keep my body off of the floor. I'm going to bring my elbows to the floor like this. I'm going to bring them back up, press up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice how I kind of roll back on my toes to get to this position because I need to create the room. Right? That's a tough exercise.
So what's the advantage of coming down on the elbows like that? Are you hitting a different muscle group, or what's?
Triceps, a lot of triceps, okay? If you're familiar with a muscle up, like a muscle up on a bar or rings, a muscle up is where you do a pull up and you transition into a dip to get over the bar. Do you know what I mean by that? Mm-hmm. Well, it's the transition people have trouble with. They can do the pull, they can do the push, but when they get here, they don't have the strength. So what that does is it helps with that transition, okay? And it's a lot of triceps. So I have to keep my elbows fairly close. I can't go wide. I keep them fairly close to my body when I do this, and I come down. See at the bottom, they almost look like little grasshopper legs.
Yeah.
Okay, they're close to my ribs. Down to the floor, back up, press.
Okay.
I'd love to see you do one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I just in one of my 45-minute workouts, I was talking a lot about, karate people were always wondering and pondering and trying to figure out how do we get, faster, stronger punches, and obviously speed and everything, and there's a whole, we could go on all day about it, but at some point it comes down to arm strength is involved, right?
And the
strength
triceps
is
are
involved,
involved
and the
in
tricep.
any punching movement.
Yeah, okay. I'd love to try one. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tough exercise, so I may have to cue you on a few things, but I'd love to see how you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, standard push-ups we like to do.
Yeah.
But I haven't done these, so let's see how it goes. So do you have I noticed your feet were kind of together.
Yeah, it's an additional, it just makes you work a little harder for stability.
And your arms to me look like they were, because usually when I do push-ups I'm a little bit wider.
They're wider,
but
because you're going to have to go narrower.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is also easier on your shoulder, by the way. Yep. So you go down, bring those elbows down, yes, and then you get them back up. See, it's not easy, is it?
No. Wow.
No. But he can do it. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And it looks very cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really does hit the tricep.
Yeah. One more. Good. That's good.
Thank you.
All right. Now, let's, if you can go back into your push-up position without doing the push-up.
Sure.
Okay, because I just want to show people. So right now, his shoulder should be just above his knuckles, okay? So that's how you're going to gauge your width. You don't want to be too wide, too narrow. Also, see how there's a little arch in his back? We need to fix this. So you're going to flatten out your back. So what you're going to do, Jason, is you're going to tuck your tail under. You're going to tuck your tail and squeeze your bum. And see how that back just flattened out? So I want you to keep that nice flat back position. You're going to come down. Good. Elbows down. Good. Back up. And keep that flat as you come up. That is much better.
Awesome.
Much better. So that protects your lower back. That's really important. There's nothing worse. And if these are too hard, just do a standard push-up. But really work on, you never want to be in this position. All right? That's stressful on the back. And you see that a lot.
With that arch in the back.
Yeah, when people don't have the strength to do a push-up and they compensate by sagging and arching. Mm-hmm. So always think of, and I use the cue, tuck your tail. Tuck your tail, squeeze your bum, and that protects your lower back. Awesome. Okay? And you keep those elbows nice and close, also helps protect the shoulder girdle.
Push-ups.
Yeah.
Wicked. Thanks, bud.
All right.
Greg.
Yes, sir.
You're the man, right?
Well, yeah.
I've been having a good time.
Good.
We're hitting, all these different really awesome exercises.
Yeah.
But I want to end this thing with a bang. I want something that is just so core focused. It's just going to blow me out of the water.
Okay.
Talk to me. Give me a great exercise to share with these folks. What can we do to really just hit that core?
So everything we've done, as I'm sure you understand, is core, but if you really want to target it and hit it, what comes to mind is something called a dragon flag. You ever heard of a dragon flag?
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's possibly hard, but there's ways we can scale it. So I haven't done one of these for a long time, so I'm going to try.
Yeah.
It helps to have something to grab onto overhead, okay? And it could be anything. It could be a pole outdoors, like a swing set, anything. I'm going to use my stall bars here because they're just handy, but it could be something vertical. It doesn't have to be horizontal. I'm just going to grab these rungs here, and I'm going to keep my arms reasonably straight. So what I'm going to do, it's really hard to talk as you're doing this exercise, so I'm going to demo, and you'll see what I'm doing.
Okay.
And hopefully this works. My face may turn red. Apologies in advance. That's a dragon.
Looks really hard.
For this 61-year-old, they're tough. So I recommend these in the 3 to 5 rep range because these take everything you've got. Okay. It starts at the top, so you see how I got into, I almost call it like a shoulder stand. So I'm trying to get on top of my shoulders.
Yeah.
And or some people call it, I think in gymnastics, it's called like a candlestick position where you're up and down.
Yeah.
Once you're in that position, and you can get into that position anyway, anyhow. So I usually do a tuck. So when I'm getting into the position, I grab onto this is to stabilize myself. So I'm not going to keep my legs straight. I'm going to tuck. I bring my knees in. That's easy. I roll back onto my shoulders, extend the legs. Now I need to open the hip. Okay. So when you open the hip, the big cue is almost everything. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your butt, all right? Because when you're squeezing here and your abs are engaged, your hip has to be open. I can't close the hip and squeeze my bum at the same time.
Right.
So you want to make a straight line, okay?
Okay.
Want to give this a try? All right.
I'll do anything once. All right, here we go. Okay.
So I'll talk you through it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Now, are my elbows locked out, or does it matter?
They should be relatively locked out, but it's not the most important thing. It's just something to stabilize yourself, okay? So to get in position, you don't want to use excess energy, so you're going to tuck. You're going to bring your knees in, roll back onto your shoulders a little bit, pop yourself up. Good, and you point your toes nicely, squeeze your bum. Good, that's your start. You want to keep that hip open, come down. He's doing a great job. The further down you come, the harder it gets. He's got lots of time under tension here. That's amazing. That's amazing. Try one more. Now, if you can't reverse it, just try and keep them open, come all the way down to the floor until you're resting. Wow. Nice work.
These are super hard.
Nice work. That was awesome. That was awesome. Those abs were working. I could tell.
I'd say they're burning like crazy.
Yeah. So when you're learning these, I would advise, unless you're really advanced, don't do a full dragon flag. That is really hard. So I would recommend doing what you did, which on the second rep you did in negative. So you come up, you lower yourself all the way down to the floor. So you get into position, tuck, shoulder stand, squeeze your glutes, come down, all the way.
It takes a tremendous amount of energy.
And see, my arms are bent, so it's not so important. It's just something to hang on to. And then I can rest. Do another one, tuck, pop yourself up.
Okay. So
negatives.
You're doing negatives. Gotcha. Wow, what a crazy exercise.
Yeah, because to reverse direction without hitting a floor, which is a full dragon flag, as you can appreciate, is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Okay. If a real beginner, I would probably start with supine leg raises. So lying on the floor on your back, that's the supine position.
Okay.
I like to, you don't have to hang on to that. I would just, because you don't even need that for these, just support your head with your hands.
Okay.
And toes are pointed, feet are together, just like in that. You're going to raise your legs up towards my hand, lower them slowly without hitting the floor. Okay. That's how I would start. Okay. So you can bring your head a little bit off the floor because that's going to engage more abs. Okay? It's almost like a hollow body.
Yeah.
Right? Can you feel that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Relax for a second.
Okay.
When you're doing these, I want to point out one more thing. If you just relax right now, just don't even support your head. In this relaxed position, I can put my hand here because there's a space. Okay? If you get into that position, so you're going to support your head, bring your truck up a little bit. Yes? Now, there's no space. His back is flat. That's how you know you're in a good position.
Okay.
That's called a hollow body position in gymnastics. And even just holding that hollow body is a ton of core work. So this is how you would start and advance to the flags.
Oh, I was going to say, if I'm not quite at the flag yet, I do this, I build up to it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, because this is a tough exercise, folks. I think you can attest.
That was insane. It's a tremendous amount of energy.
But you asked for something.
I did. I wanted to go all out.
Yeah, and this is low rep. This is super low rep. So I would recommend sets of 3 to 5, no more.
Awesome.
Okay.
Dragon flag.
Dragon flag.
Love it.
Yeah.
Greg, buddy.
Yes.
Awesome time here today.
Good.
You showed me a bunch of different exercises. You're showing the people at home, my friends online, on YouTube, on Facebook.
Yes.
Karate practitioners.
Yes.
I've got all this great information. How do I bring this all together into a program that I can use for my karate training?
Sure. So we've done very much all of the exercises that work the basic pillars of human movement. So we've done upper body pressing, pulling, we've done lower body squats, hip hinges. So this is very much a full body program. So you could literally string these together into one workout. And you could probably do anywhere between 5 and 10 reps for most, depending on how difficult they are. Like obviously the pull-ups and the dragon flags are most difficult. So pull-ups and dragon flags, I'd probably keep your reps around 3 to 5, depending on how good you are. Other things, probably 10 to 12 reps, something like that. And you could do, again, depending on your level, you could do just one set of each if you're starting. If you're more advanced, you could cycle through it. You could go through this one set of everything and then repeat one set of everything. Or you could work multiple sets, you could mix it up.
Okay.
But it's very much a full body program. And I think it would really help as assistance to karate.
Absolutely. Look, guys, we're always chasing faster kicks, right? We're always chasing faster punches, better stances, lower stances, stronger technique.
Right.
Well, listen, everything we've done here today, I think, speaks to how by doing these things, you can really improve all of those areas of your karate. Greg, buddy, listen, I want to say thanks so much, not just from me, but from all the folks who are watching, okay, who are super excited just to get any tips they can get.
Sure.
And my friend Greg, Strengthbox, East York, Toronto.
Right, and you can also connect with me on my personal Instagram, which is greg.carver, and I'm also on Twitter at Greg Carver. And
Yeah.
those are places you can connect me.
Yeah, we'll put all that stuff on the bottom of the screen so people can get in touch with you. Listen, buddy, I want to say thank you so much. Guys, thanks for checking out the video. Your feedback is always appreciated, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
And until next time, have a great workout.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.